What if the imaginary monsters kids talk about weren't imaginary at all? Just invisible to adults. Children are disappearing, bodies are showing up, and denial is running out. Then she arrives, a woman with blades, secrets, and eyes that can see what no one else can. She doesn't ask if there's a monster. She asks where. Only she knows what's killing the children. Now before we get into this, I don't normally do this, but if you take any recommendation from me, take this one. This has reignited my love for comics. I was slowly losing it and I was reading slop after slop. Invincible is my favourite series. This reminds me not of Invincible, but of the feeling I get when I read Invincible. This has that feeling. This is something special. It didn't win awards for greatest comic of the year like 2 times in a row, 2 or 3 times in a row for nothing. Take this recommendation and go read this book. Now let's get into this story. We open up with some boys playing Truth or Dare, and one of the boys, named James, chooses Truth, and he's asked, "What's the most scared you've ever been?" And he begins saying, "There was this night the other week. It wasn't a dream. His dad was away, and he was alone. Then he heard a noise from the ravine beside his house, like a giant moan. So he turned off all the lights in the house to get a better look outside, and there was this thing just standing there, taller than a tree in the middle of his yard. He felt like it was coming towards the house, but stopped when the lights went off. It had long fingers and sharp teeth. So he ran and jumped under some blankets and just listened for a good hour. And when he finally looked again, it was gone." So what happened that night? It wasn't real. They just liked when I told them about my nightmares. We went down to the ravine that night. We've been before. So what was different that night? I slipped and fell like 100 feet. That's what happened. I made up my story. The monster wasn't real. It wasn't real, I swear. It's okay. We know. We just need to understand what happened next. I heard them screaming. Two weeks later, a little girl is playing in her yard when a woman covered in blood from head to toe emerges from the forest. The little girl asks if it's done. The woman sits beside her and tells her, yeah, it's done. She takes a phone call and the person on the other line tells her she needs to be in Archer's Peak in 16 hours. Fine, she says, but I need to take a shower first. At school, James is faced with the reminders of his friends that he lost. Kids there even blame him for it happening. Meanwhile, "You getting off here, hon?" Archer's Peak. "You getting off?" "Yeah." "Terrible about those children." "Yeah." "I wish somebody would do something about it." "Yeah." She gets off the bus and the first thing she sees is, well, it's something. As her bus pulls out, she sees him. She walks over and says, hey, she knows who he is, and all she wants to know from him is what exactly he's seen that night. Not the story he told the cops, no. She knows that. She wants to know what he saw. He's still a bit standoffish, but she promises, no matter what he tells her, she will believe him. But what he describes is an absolute bloodbath.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you haven't already, could you please try and click the hype button on this? I'm not too sure what it fully does yet, but if you're subscribed, you can click hype and smaller creators like myself can get higher up in the algorithm and my video gets promoted to more people. Only if you like it. If you don't, it's okay. I really appreciate it. Now back to the video.
They lost each other down there. And when he found the others again, he found them in pieces. Noah was split in half, begging to be saved. And he just freaks the fuck out. stumbling all over the place, and then onto another friend who has a chunk taken out of him. This can't be real. This can't be real, he keeps repeating, hoping he'll wake up. But that's when he hears it. It's his other friend Tyler. He lets out one last cry for help. He begs him, James. Her phone rings again, and she tells whoever it is on the other line that she's in Archer's Peak and she's got it handled. James is confused about what she means by that. You've got monsters in those woods. That's why I'm here. I'm going to kill it. Can I help? You think something is killing the children is just a monster in the woods story. It starts that way. Small town, missing kids, a survivor no one believes. But then Erica Slaughter walks in, and suddenly you realise this isn't about one creature, or one town, or one tragedy. There's a whole world behind her. A secret order that trains hunters like her. Rules about who gets protected and who doesn't. Erica isn't a hero. She's a weapon. A weapon aimed at nightmares the rest of us are too blind or too afraid to see. And the deeper you go into this series, the more you understand something far scarier. Than monsters are real. There's a system built to manage them. And not everyone agrees humanity deserves saving. If you think you know where this story goes, you don't. Start with issue 1. Meet Erica, learn the rules, and watch how quickly it shows that the real horror isn't the monsters. It's the people who get to decide who lives. Read this before the show hits Netflix. You'll want to say you knew the truth first. It's won countless awards for best comic. I can't recommend it enough. Would you trust a stranger that hunts nightmares to save your town? Would you try help them, or would you run off scared? Because I know what I would do. I'd be out of there in seconds. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, everyone. And if you did, please think about hyping this video, or even like, sharing, or subscribing. It really helps. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.